I told you a little earlier that we are going to be pleased and privileged to have Mia Hamm on with us. I have been a fan of Mia Hamm's for quite some time, not because she married a favorite baseball player of mine, Nomar Garcia-Parra, but on her own volition. She has been a star and really a fan favorite. Mia, welcome to Money Matters.
Hi, thanks, Gary. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And, of course, all our kids have grown up playing soccer, but soccer has not really been a major sport in the United States as it is elsewhere. And I do want to get to the subject that we're going to talk about, but I'd like to start out by asking you, Mia Hamm, why has it not really caught on?
Well, I think it's not really kind of a part of our national fabric right now, but it's growing every single day. In Europe and in South America, it's a sport that dominates. It's like asking, well, Italy, has a small professional baseball league, but why aren't they dominating? I think the more young kids grow up playing, the more the parents that played are now coaching. You're going to see it. You've seen it on the men's side. Obviously, the women's success everyone knows about, but I'm an eternal optimist. I believe that before long, we're going to see on both sides the U.S. competing at such a high level.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? And certainly when the Olympics come around, a lot of exposure is given, and you became a very well-known individual as a result of your exposure in the Olympics and the World Cup. So there's proof in that pudding. I wanted to get to what you are focusing on right now in terms of getting the DeVry project going, and I just think it is a terrific project, and I would like you to tell us about what is actually going on between you and DeVry University, because you're making young women more informed, or you really want, I should rephrase that, Mia, but what you want to do is bring to the attention that women are not getting the preparation that you feel they need to go on into the business world, and they're not getting it from their colleges.
Well, I think for me, I was excited when DeVry University approached me on this, and March is National Her World Month, and what we're trying to do is really inspire young girls, young high school girls, to set goals, to prepare them for college. And we're having over 30 events nationwide. We'll reach 7,500 girls, and we're hoping they have the opportunity to explore maybe career fields that they weren't considering or they weren't encouraged to consider in science, technology, engineering, and math.
Oftentimes, Mia, I'll be watching a TV commercial, and it is the vocations that never were really put on a pedestal where the commercials are running, and it's air conditioning and it's roofing, et cetera, and there are various colleges that have evolved to encourage men and women to take these courses. There's more of a demand for that than there is for college professors, unfortunately.
Well, and I think, we're growing, we're evolving. The area, it's the fastest growing industry with regards to science, technology, engineering, and math. And I think one stat basically said by 2018, there'll be over 8.5 million jobs in those fields available. So, and for me, it's really to focus on these young women and empowering them to be proactive in their own education and their own career aspirations.
Mia, you have devoted your life not only to soccer, but to movements such as what we're talking about. In addition, you started the Mia Hamm Foundation to support bone marrow transplant patients. Tell us a little about the foundation, the Garrett Foundation.
Yeah, well, I had a brother that passed away from complications after a bone marrow transplant, but, he was adopted. I saw firsthand the difficulties in him finding a match in the National Bone Marrow Registry. So outside of just raising funds for families, but getting people to understand how easy it is to register in the National Bone Marrow Registry and how with a simple kind of cheek swab, you have the opportunity to save someone's life.
You happen to have been blessed to have twins. And you and Nomar, from what I have read, both have had twins in both of your families, right?
Yeah.
Are they already athletic?
Yeah, I mean, and they're in their own way. I think we're still kind of waiting to see what happens, but I mean, they're great, fun kids. We just actually had our third 2 months ago, so we don't know about him yet. But you know, for us, is they have enough pressure being our kids, and in terms of athletics, we just want them to be healthy and happy and, you know, productive people.
I think I think part of your story also is you had to overcome a physical disability. You had a club foot. I mean, how ironical that you're the greatest soccer player and you had to overcome a club foot.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you know, I thank my parents and the doctors that you know, because I really don't remember much, but you know, my mom says as soon as I got my braces off, I never stopped running. You know, and for me, it's really, it's what I love to do. Sports is kind of where I found my voice and my identity. And, you know, I'm hoping to help some young girl find that with this program, with the Her World program.
As soon as I got my braces off, I couldn't stop chewing. Well,
there you go.
Mia, if people want to learn more about what you are doing, and I really urge people to do it, it is a very, very important project that Mia Hamm has lent herself to, together with DeVry University. What's the best way for people to learn more about it?
They can go to devry.edu and click on Newsroom for any and all information. And
Her World Initiative is the name of the project, and also, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, what you should do is go to I guess the Garrett Foundation would be the other source, right?
Actually, MiaFoundation.org.
MiaFoundation.org. And you have an annual fundraiser for the Garrett game?
We do.
And where is that going to be held?
Probably in Los Angeles this year. We had it in D.C., but it's fantastic. We raise funds, and we also firsthand bring together unrelated donors with their recipients.
What a wonderful way to spend your life when you're not on the soccer field, establishing yourself as a role model for young people, not just young women, but young people. And it really is a pleasure to talk to you. I truly have been a fan of yours and Nomar's for quite some time.
Well, I will tell him you send your best, so thank you for having me.
Well, thank you very, very much. Mia Hamm, what a class person she is. Thanks, Mia.